So, our first question I'm going to ask you is, are you against animal abuse?
Yes.
Okay. So, what would you consider animal abuse and why are you against it?
Not giving them what they need. I'm against it because I'm generally against cruelty, and the animal doesn't understand what's going on. Would like to have a good relationship. I'm assuming it's a domestic animal. If it's a wild animal, it's even less likely to understand and probably needing to be out in its wild environment.
Yep, I agree completely. So, have you ever thought about animal abuse pertaining to the animal agricultural industry?
To the what?
Animal agricultural industry, so like eating animals, or even industries like their fur and leather and like animal testing and stuff like that. Have you ever thought about the cruelty that might go into those type of things?
Go into the what? Last word?
So there's animal testing,
Yeah, no, what's the last word you used?
animal agriculture.
Agriculture. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I I have read about humane slaughter, which seems like a
Oxymoron, right?
yeah, thank you, that's the word. Um, Testing, yes, I'm glad when I see that testing has been eliminated on animals, or industries are turning away from testing their products on animals and finding other ways to test for safety. Um, if people are going to eat animals, I'm glad that they are raised humanely. In other words, chickens can be out and about. Um, and I can see how people would turn to the point where they say, no, it might develop a relationship with an animal, or they could, and they just say it. There are other ways, I don't have to eat them.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different sources for us to get nutrition. Why would we want to hurt someone in order to get that if we don't have to? Especially when we have to constantly breed them into existence in those conditions, those horrible conditions like factory farming and stuff like that. Because with the demand of how much meat um, is put onto the industries, they need to produce it very quickly. Um, and so we basically forcefully impregnate them
Mm-hmm.
over and over again in order to have enough for the industries to keep up with the demand.
Takes a toll on the environment.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the Amazon, the ground is being cleared there for ranching, and it isn't suited for ranching because there's a
91%
very,
of it, yep.
very shallow soil base. So maybe they'll turn into a dust bowl at some point.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot of activists fighting in the Amazon for it, and it's hard because in Brazil, like a lot of people will go after them for fighting for the environment and stuff like that. You're probably aware of that. It sounds like it's really sad, isn't it?
yeah,
But
and I also think that if you're going to try to eliminate this as an industry, you do have some responsibility for finding alternative ways for those people to make a living. If
yes,
that's the only game in town for them, then you can't blame them for doing what they have to do to support themselves and their families.
100%. That's like a huge thing with within slaughterhouses too. Like the workers at slaughterhouses, they usually don't have any other option because nobody would really want to work there and like kill baby lambs for like 10 hours a day. Like a lot of them actually become like felons and they end up going to jail and stuff because they go like psychopathic. They get CPTSD and
Their
things like
safety
that.
concerns as their workers are ignored. In other words, they don't work under safe conditions for themselves. Of
Hmm.
course, it's not safe for the animals.
Yeah. And it's like 80 billion land animals, not including the trillions of fish, every single year. And there's only 8 billion of us. So in 4 weeks, we kill more land animals than there has ever been humans on Earth in the history of humanity. And a lot of people have no idea. So that's why I'm out here speaking up for them. Because I've been vegan for 4.5 years now. It's not difficult. It tastes great. And like I do like fur protests and stuff like that because I know that there's animals sitting in cages going insane right now. And that's just because people don't know what they're paying for. So it's important that they know. And there's resources out there to help people get educated and go vegan. there's this documentary on YouTube. It's called Dominion, and it goes through every animal industry.
Dominion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes through every single animal industry and really shows you what you're paying for. And so there's a lot of activists speaking up for them now, and it's like a huge revolution. That word. I can't put it in my word right. But anyway,
Welcome to my world.
yeah.
I remember going to music festivals where the people serving, they belonged to a particular church, and they provided vegetarian food. They just set up a buffet. It was really nice.
Oh.
I don't know if it was pure vegan, but this was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the egg and the dairy industry are actually some of the worst, and they're connected to the meat industry. They kind of work off of each other, so it's really like the same type of industry. Like, male chicks are blended alive the first day of their birth because they're not viable to produce eggs. And then in the dairy industry, we artificially inseminate them. And hey, oh, that's the guy that did the damn thing. The damn thing, but you know what I mean.
you built the dam?
Since you're against animal cruelty and you know how much cruelty is in the animal agricultural industry for animal testing and all that these are all the things that vegans are opposed for and they don't pay for. We're boycotting, and we're trying to raise education and create a system where we don't do this within society, especially now that we have alternatives and the people who don't want to give up meat can have things with similar nutrition and taste and texture. So do you think that you would be able to align your actions with your morals and become vegan and stand up for the animals? Or
With some guidance and support, yes. I have a friend of many years who's been vegan for many years, and he's just absolute, we write back and forth. He lives overseas.
okay.
And
You've been friends for a long
I'd
time then, huh?
yeah, like 40 years. I would like to, there's a vegan community that has dinners out, and I know about them, I've visited them, I just haven't committed to going to these events and surrounding myself with like-minded people, and that's what I need to do.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I love to hear that. Actually, I would like to know about them maybe. If you ever want to contact me on Instagram and send me the stuff, here's a link tree.
Oh, okay.
So there's a link on the back, on the front. That's for like the link that the QR code is to. I don't know.
Linktree.
Yeah.
Echo.
So you could like either type that in or use the QR. To get to that documentary I was talking about is the first thing. And then at the bottom is like my, you'll see Instagram and YouTube. That's my Instagram and my YouTube. So I'm really glad we had this conversation.
I don't know how tech I am, but I'll find you, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I have the QR and the link. So, but yeah, thank you so much for this conversation. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you for the nudge. I think it's a sign.
Yay!
Are you